Lando Norris grew up in a life of comfort and opportunity, thanks to his family's wealth, yet his upbringing was marked by a balance between privilege and grounding influences. Born on November 13, 1999, in Bristol, England, Lando was raised in a supportive and tight-knit family. His father, Adam Norris, is a successful businessman and one of the wealthiest people in the UK, having built a fortune in financial services. This financial success provided Lando with a stable foundation, offering opportunities that few young drivers have at their disposal. However, despite this privilege, his parents were careful to ensure that Lando's journey into motorsport was about his passion and hard work, not just about financial backing. Adam Norris had a hands-on role in his son's early career, not only providing the resources necessary to pursue competitive racing but also instilling in Lando the values of discipline, responsibility, and perseverance. He didn't just hand over opportunities, he encouraged Lando to earn them through dedication. The family's wealth undoubtedly played a role in opening doors for Lando, such as access to high-quality training, equipment, and karting circuits. But Adam made sure that Lando understood the importance of working hard to achieve his goals. Lando's interest in motorsport was sparked at a young age, and while his father's success gave him access to the sport, his passion for racing was very much his own. Lando's love for speed started when he was just a child, and it became evident to his parents that this wasn't just a fleeting hobby. His first taste of racing came through watching Formula One races on TV with his family, and soon enough, he wanted to be behind the wheel himself. His parents, Adam and Siska Norris, were fully supportive of this dream. They encouraged Lando to explore karting, which became the foundation of his journey into competitive racing. There was no deep motorsport legacy in the Norris family, but Lando's father shared a love for cars and speed. While Adam had the resources to help fund Lando's budding career, he and Lando's mother were careful not to let the advantages of their wealth turn into entitlement. They ensured Lando remained humble, reminding him that while financial support could open doors, talent and determination were what would ultimately keep him competitive on the track. As Lando began competing in karting at a young age, his family became a crucial source of emotional support. Adam often accompanied Lando to races, while his mother and siblings cheered him on from the sidelines. His father's strategic mind from the business world helped shape Lando's approach to racing, teaching him to think about the sport not just as a physical challenge, but as a mental one too. This guidance helped Lando mature quickly in a sport where mental toughness is often the deciding factor between winning and losing. Throughout his early career, his parents maintained a careful balance between providing him with the resources to succeed and ensuring that he remained grounded. They instilled in him the understanding that no amount of money could replace the dedication and effort required to reach the top. This balance helped shape Lando into a driven, hardworking, and humble competitor, despite his privileged upbringing. It ensured that his career was built on merit, talent, and hard work rather than being solely defined by financial support. Lando Norris's family life, while undoubtedly one of wealth and privilege, was grounded in values of perseverance, humility, and a shared passion for racing. His father's success gave him the means to chase his dreams, but it was Lando's own passion and commitment that set him on the path to becoming one of Formula One's brightest young stars. Lando Norris was born on November 13, 1999, in Bristol, England, into a life of comfort and opportunity. His early childhood was marked by a balance of playful exploration and nurturing support, surrounded by his family, who encouraged his interests. As the second of 4 children, Lando grew up in a lively household, which helped shape his fun-loving and easygoing personality. Despite his family's wealth, Lando's early years were not spent in the lap of luxury, but rather in a grounded, supportive environment that allowed him to pursue his passions without being overwhelmed by privilege. Before discovering his love for racing, Lando was a typical boy, curious and adventurous, with a variety of interests. Growing up in the UK, he was naturally drawn to sports, especially cycling and football, which were his initial hobbies. He was also quite fascinated by technology, and video games quickly became another way for him to channel his competitive spirit. His parents encouraged these interests, but it was soon clear that Lando had an inner drive that went beyond just playing for fun. There was always a competitive edge in whatever he did. It wasn't long before Lando's interest in speed began to take shape. His love for motorsport started when he was just a child. The moment that would hint at his future in racing came when he attended the 2009 British Grand Prix at Silverstone with his father. Lando was only 9 years old, but the experience left a lasting impression. Watching Formula One drivers like Lewis Hamilton and Jenson Button, and witnessing the sheer thrill of high-speed racing up close, sparked something within him. It was here that his passion for motorsport was ignited. Shortly after, Lando's father supported his newfound interest by introducing him to go-karting, which would become the foundation of his racing journey. From the moment Lando sat in a kart, it was clear he had a natural talent for speed and control. His competitive nature emerged quickly, and karting became more than just a hobby. It was an outlet for his growing determination and love for racing. As a child, Lando was known for his curious and playful personality. He loved learning new things and was always up for a challenge, but he was also mischievous and lighthearted, qualities that made him popular among his peers. He didn't take himself too seriously, even as he began competing in karting, which set him apart from some of his more intensely focused competitors. Lando's ability to balance fun with competition would become a hallmark of his career, allowing him to thrive under pressure while maintaining his easygoing nature. Despite his laid-back demeanor, Lando's competitiveness was undeniable. Whether it was racing karts or playing video games with his friends, he always wanted to win. His drive to improve and succeed became apparent early on, as he quickly rose through the ranks in karting, competing at higher levels against older, more experienced drivers. His focus, combined with his natural talent, hinted at the potential that would later take him all the way to Formula One. Lando's early childhood laid the foundation for his future success in motorsport. His curiosity, fun-loving personality, and competitive edge set the stage for his rapid rise through the ranks of racing. While his discovery of racing came somewhat by chance, it was his love for speed, coupled with his natural talent and competitive spirit, that pointed toward his future in motorsport from an early age. Lando Norris began to make a name for himself in motorsport at a remarkably young age, first attracting attention during his karting career. His rapid rise through the ranks was a clear signal of his natural talent and work ethic, setting him apart from his peers in the world of junior motorsport. Lando's karting career took off when he was just 7 years old, and by the time he was 14, he had already won several prestigious titles, marking him as a future star. One of the key moments in Lando's karting career came in 2013, when he became the youngest driver ever to win the Karting World Championship at just 14 years old. This victory was monumental. It not only highlighted his incredible talent, but also put him on the radar of major teams and sponsors. Competing against older and more experienced drivers, Lando's ability to consistently win in both national and international competitions set him apart as a generational talent. This triumph marked the beginning of his rise to fame, as he began to receive widespread recognition in the motorsport community. Lando's progression from karting to single-seaters was seamless, thanks to his adaptability and raw speed. In 2014, he made the jump to the Ginetta Junior Championship, where he finished third overall in his debut season, further showcasing his versatility as a driver. From there, his career moved quickly. In 2015, Lando entered the MSA Formula Championship, now known as British F4, and his dominance became impossible to ignore. He won the championship, racking up 8 victories and numerous podium finishes, cementing his reputation as one of the brightest young talents in motorsport. Lando's progression continued in 2016 when he stepped up to Formula Renault 2.0, competing in both the Northern European Cup and the Euro Cup. Once again, he outperformed expectations, winning both championships and continuing to rise through the ranks. His standout performances, particularly in Formula Renault, attracted the attention of top teams and established his reputation as a driver capable of winning consistently across different series. The most significant turning point in Lando's rise came in 2017 when he entered the FIA Formula 3 European Championship with Carlin. He dominated the competition, winning the championship in his rookie season with 9 victories and 20 podium finishes. This performance caught the eye of McLaren, one of Formula One's most storied teams, who saw in Lando not just a talented young driver but a potential future star. His success in Formula 3 earned him a place in McLaren's prestigious driver development program, a critical step in his path to Formula One. As part of McLaren's development program, Lando began working closely with the team, gaining valuable insight into the inner workings of a Formula One operation while continuing to hone his skills. In 2018, McLaren promoted him to the role of test and reserve driver, allowing him to get behind the wheel of their Formula One car during practice sessions and further cement his place in the sport's top tier. While continuing to work with McLaren, Lando competed in the 2018 FIA Formula 2 Championship with Carlin, finishing second overall in his rookie season. His standout performances in Formula 2, particularly his consistency and ability to adapt to new challenges, impressed McLaren's management, who were already grooming him for a full-time Formula One seat. By 2019, his path to Formula One was clear, and McLaren announced that Lando would join their team as a full-time driver for the 2019 season. Lando Norris's rise to fame was marked by his consistent dominance in every category he entered, from karting to Formula 3 and Formula 2. His standout performances, particularly his Formula 3 championship win and his impressive showing in Formula 2, earned him a coveted spot with McLaren, one of the most respected teams in Formula One. His role in McLaren's driver development program not only accelerated his rise, but also prepared him for the pressures and challenges of competing at the sport's highest level. Lando Norris's Formula One career has been marked by both impressive highs and notable challenges, all of which have contributed to his growth as a driver. Promoted to McLaren in 2019 at just 19 years old, Lando faced the immense pressure of joining one of the most storied teams in motorsport history. Despite his undeniable talent, stepping into a team as prestigious as McLaren at such a young age came with high expectations from fans, the media, and the paddock. These pressures became a constant companion as he worked to prove himself among seasoned drivers on the grid. One of the earliest challenges Lando faced was adapting to the intensity and complexity of Formula One. The jump from Formula 2 to F1 is monumental, with F1 cars being much faster, more technically advanced, and requiring a higher level of mental and physical stamina. Competing against some of the sport's most experienced and talented drivers, such as Lewis Hamilton and Sebastian Vettel, was daunting. During his rookie season in 2019, Lando struggled at times to find the perfect balance between aggressiveness and caution, leading to inconsistencies in his performances. There were races where Lando's inexperience showed, particularly in moments where he struggled with tire management, race strategy, and the precision required to navigate the complexities of Formula One. These challenges were magnified under the watchful eye of the media, who were quick to scrutinize his every move. At times, Lando's confidence was tested, particularly when mistakes or technical issues led to disappointing race finishes. For instance, early in his career, there were several instances where mechanical failures forced him to retire from races, despite strong qualifying performances, leaving him visibly frustrated. Public and media expectations added another layer of pressure. Lando was hailed as one of the brightest young talents when he arrived in Formula One, and with that came heightened scrutiny. Any dip in performance, especially when compared to more experienced teammates like Carlos Sainz or Daniel Ricciardo, was often picked apart by critics. This relentless pressure, combined with the high-stakes environment of F1, could easily have overwhelmed a young driver, but Lando learned to manage the demands that came with his rapid rise. Despite these challenges, Lando's personality and mental resilience played key roles in helping him navigate the ups and downs. Known for his easygoing nature, sense of humor, and popularity on social media, Lando found ways to alleviate some of the intense pressure. He often used humor and his close-knit relationship with fans to diffuse tension, allowing him to maintain a balanced mindset in what can be a highly stressful career. However, Lando's cheerful persona shouldn't be mistaken for a lack of seriousness. Behind the humor, he demonstrated a fierce determination to improve. After moments of disappointment or underperformance, he would reflect and work tirelessly with his team to learn from each race. He was his harshest critic, but rather than dwell on mistakes, Lando used setbacks as learning opportunities to refine his racecraft. A defining moment in his career came at the 2021 Russian Grand Prix, where Lando was leading the race and on the verge of securing his first Formula One victory. However, a critical decision to stay out on slick tires during a sudden rainstorm led to him losing the race in the final laps. It was a heartbreaking moment, and Lando was visibly devastated afterward. Still, the incident showed his ability to compete at the front, and while it was a painful lesson, he emerged stronger, gaining valuable experience that would serve him well in future races. Lando's ability to bounce back from setbacks, maintain his confidence despite the immense pressure, and grow from each challenge has been a hallmark of his career. His evolution as a driver, from a talented rookie to a consistent top performer, has been shaped by these ups and downs. As he continues to develop, Lando's resilience and determination to improve suggest that he has the mental strength needed to achieve even greater success in Formula One. Lando Norris's biggest triumph in his Formula One career so far is a combination of moments that have showcased his immense talent, but perhaps the most notable was his near win at the 2021 Russian Grand Prix. While he has achieved multiple podium finishes, including his first at the 2020 Austrian Grand Prix and his best-ever second-place finish in Monza in 2021, it was the Russian GP where he came closest to claiming his maiden victory, cementing his place as one of F1's top young talents. Heading into the 2021 Russian Grand Prix, Lando had already shown flashes of brilliance, with strong qualifying performances and a series of consistent results. However, in Sochi, he took it to another level. He claimed his first-ever pole position in challenging conditions, a moment of undeniable triumph for the young driver. Beating out seasoned champions like Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen, his pole lap was a masterclass in precision and control, especially given the unpredictable weather conditions. It was the first pole position for McLaren in nearly a decade, marking a turning point for both Lando and the team. As race day unfolded, Lando looked set to turn this pole position into his first-ever Formula One victory. He led the majority of the race, maintaining a calm and controlled pace, even as the pressure mounted from behind. His confidence on the track was a testament to the progress he had made over the years, demonstrating that he could handle the immense pressure of leading a Grand Prix. However, as rain began to fall in the closing laps, the decision-making under pressure became critical. Lando, opting to stay out on slick tires despite the worsening conditions, saw his dream of victory slip away when he lost control on the wet track. Lewis Hamilton, who had pitted for intermediate tires, overtook him and went on to win the race. Lando finished in a heartbreaking 7th place. It was a crushing blow, especially as he had come so close to achieving his first win. Despite the outcome, this race marked a pivotal moment in Lando's career. It highlighted his ability to lead a race, to handle immense pressure, and to make strategic decisions in high-stakes scenarios. While the final result didn't reflect his brilliant performance, the race itself served as a major triumph in terms of his growth and maturity as a driver. The experience was painful but valuable, teaching him critical lessons that would undoubtedly shape his future in the sport. For Lando personally, this race was both a validation of his talent and a reminder of the fine margins that exist in Formula One. The heartbreak of missing out on victory was a tough pill to swallow, but the pole position and leading most of the race showed the world that he could compete with the best. For his family, who had supported him throughout his journey, and for McLaren, the race was proof that they were back in the fight at the top after years of rebuilding. This near win was particularly significant for McLaren. After years of struggling to regain their status as a leading team in Formula One, Lando's performance in Russia, along with the team's first win since 2012 earlier that season, courtesy of Daniel Ricciardo in Monza, signaled a revival. It reinforced the faith that McLaren had placed in Lando when they promoted him to a full-time seat in 2019. Though the victory slipped away, Lando's performance at the 2021 Russian Grand Prix stands as a testament to his growth as a driver. It validated his place among the sport's elite and silenced any lingering doubts about his abilities. The disappointment of missing out on the win only fueled his hunger for future success, and it's clear that his first Formula One victory is not a question of if, but when. Lando Norris's career is still in its early stages, but several signs already suggest that his legacy in Formula One could be significant. Known for his natural talent, engaging personality, and dedication to the sport, Lando has emerged not only as one of the most talented young drivers on the grid but also as one of the sport's most popular figures. While his first race win remains elusive, his performances, particularly with McLaren, have proven that he is more than capable of competing at the highest level. As his role within McLaren continues to evolve, the potential for Lando to shape the team's future, and perhaps the future of Formula One itself, is becoming clearer. Lando's role at McLaren has evolved dramatically since he joined the team in 2019 as a rookie. Over the years, he has transitioned from a promising newcomer into McLaren's lead driver and cornerstone of their long-term plans. With the departure of Carlos Sainz and the arrival of Daniel Ricciardo, Lando took on more responsibility, particularly in terms of leading the team's efforts on track. His consistency, combined with his growing maturity, has made him a central figure in McLaren's rebuilding efforts as they strive to return to the top of the sport. Many people within the paddock, as well as fans, believe that Lando has the potential to become a Formula One world champion. His ability to extract the maximum performance from the car, his smooth driving style, and his technical understanding have all been praised by team engineers and experts alike. While McLaren's performance as a team has not yet consistently put him in a position to fight for titles, the growing strength of the team, coupled with Lando's development as a driver, means that a championship is a realistic goal in the future. In fact, many believe that should McLaren deliver a competitive car, Lando is well equipped to battle for the title alongside the likes of Max Verstappen, Charles Leclerc, and George Russell. Beyond his performances on the track, Lando's legacy is also being shaped by his unique connection with fans and his influence off the grid. As one of the most popular drivers in Formula One, Lando has built a massive following, particularly among younger fans, through his approachable personality, sense of humor, and extensive use of social media. His popularity extends beyond just racing enthusiasts. His streaming on platforms like Twitch, his active engagement on Instagram and Twitter, and his lighthearted approach have made him a relatable figure for a new generation of motorsport fans. This deep connection with fans is something that could leave a lasting impact on Formula One, as Lando is helping to broaden the sport's appeal. His authenticity and transparency, particularly regarding mental health struggles and the pressures of racing, have also resonated with many fans, breaking down the image of drivers as distant and untouchable. In this sense, Lando is not just contributing to the sport on track, but also influencing how drivers interact with the public and their fan base, creating a more open and relatable atmosphere within Formula One. As his career progresses, it's possible that Lando's influence could extend beyond driving. Given his popularity, business acumen, and insight into the sport, he could eventually take on roles outside of racing, whether as a team leader, ambassador for motorsport, or even an entrepreneur leveraging his fame in business ventures related to racing or technology. Though Lando's legacy is still being written, early indications suggest he will be remembered as more than just a talented driver. His potential for winning championships, his role in helping McLaren rebuild into a competitive team, and his deep connection with fans all point to a figure who could have a long-term impact on the sport. Whether through his driving success, his influence on fan engagement, or his contributions to the future of motorsport, Lando Norris is positioning himself as a driver whose legacy will extend far beyond his time on the track.